In last few days, a lot of discussion is going on farmers uh, and the laws changed by the central government. Basically, two laws related directly to farmers and another law for everybody, that is Essential Commodities Act. So more talk is going on the farmer related laws. There is less focus on this less Essential Commodities Act. In the two laws which related to farmers directly, some a school of thought is in favor of it, and according to them, it will be helpful to the farmers, and a school of thought is against it, and the farmer organizations of Punjab, Haryana are against it. Basically, because they have got the benefit of the MSP ensured by the central government from time to time. If you'll see, mostly the farmers of the Haryana and Punjab have been benefited due to the MSP of the wheat and the rice. In other crops, still the MSP has not been ensured, not only in Punjab and Haryana, in other parts of the country also. And if you'll see that now we are allowing the farmers to sell anywhere in India, and anybody can purchase it. That's a very important point. And the most important point in this context is whether the government run system can compete with the private players or the corporates. That is most important part which should be discussed. And if we look at Bihar, this APMC Act has been defunct since 2006. But in spite of that, the wheat procurement in MSP in Bihar is very less. Whereas if you compare it with Madhya Pradesh, not in with Haryana or Punjab, here the wheat procurement in the public system, in the government system, is better, and the agriculture growth rate is very high, 8 to 10% in Madhya Pradesh, due to this ensuring of MSP and government intervention and government support. So now a debate should be there on whether the government system can compete with the private systems in other in crops like rice and wheat, and in other crops, the other 21 crops where MSP is also declared with wheat and rice, uh, farmers are not getting MSP till date. Even if in Punjab, in maize, farmers are not getting. In Bihar, farmers are not getting. So in different crops, farmers are not getting it. So now the question is whether after changing these uh, laws, all the farmers will get the MSP of all the 23 crops all over in all over India. Why it will not be the part of law that if anybody will procure below MSP, it should be a punishable offense, whoever it may be. So it can be part of the law, but unfortunately, it is not the part of the law. That means again there is chance of the procurement below MSP. And second part is this contract farming and the farming with corporates. So when a corporate will put the farmers in problem, can the farmer individually fight with the corporate legally? It should be debated. And without a thorough debate and without a vote, the laws pertaining to the farmers and marketing was passed in the Rajya Sabha, which is very unfortunate one. And second part is this Essential Commodities Act. So now we change the Essential Commodities Act. Now the big players, corporates can procure the food grains in huge amount because there is no limit on it. So they will control the price, they will control the market and everything. The government can't do anything, and legally government will not do anything. And if we'll see, In other countries where corporate is a major player, more processed food is sold. The price of the food grains, the price of the wheat flours, the price of the rice is very high in comparison to India. So we are getting the food in very cheaper price in comparison to the developed countries. So if it will be controlled by the corporates, so what will be the future? It should be discussed. And second part is most important part: the food security of the poor people and food security of the mass. 130, 35, 130 crore people of India. So if our food is procured through a public system and it is stored in FCI, Food Corporation of India, which was the dream of Shastri ji, and it is now very useful in ensuring the food security, and the whole food grain control is with the government. So when the corporates will procure more and they will try to control the food grain market, whether it will affect our food security of the poor and food security of the mass, and what will be the price of the food grains in future. So all these things should be also discussed with this. So this Essential Commodities Act will affect everybody, not only farmers. And some school of thoughts says that the state government is taking a certain amount of tax in Punjab and Haryana. There is middleman. The middleman system is only in the Haryana and Punjab, where they tax 2.5% of the price as agents. So it is not everywhere in India. So when we are talking about the state government, so state government will certainly take some money to maintain those mandis and this whole system. So it is part of our system. Why state government will not take tax? However, it will always depend on the central government for the money in our federal structure. The state governments has every right to take tax to maintain the mandis and all those things. And third part is always we are saying that the farmers' income will be doubled by 2022. Whether it is a slogan or it will happen, future will say. And the most important part is whether we are doing it for the farmers or we are doing it for some corporates. Because if you'll see, the companies like Adani's have already started construction of the storehouses for the food grains in the past 3-4 years. So already that process has been started. So is there any chance of weakening the Godam system of the public sector, that is Food Corporation of India? So what will be the future of Food Corporation of India? What will be the future of our public distribution system? And what will be the future of the price of the food grains for the common man? So all these things should be debated. So when it is a matter of the food security of the mass for the whole country, how can we go for a ordinance without having a proper debate on it, and without a proper system on it? What is in the hurry? So when we are suffering from COVID-19, so taking a plea of it, government is taking the advantage, and the whole process of the democratic system has been bypassed, and we can say it is we are killing the democracy. So it is high time the people should raise the voice, and people should say the government that this is not acceptable. It should be properly debated. All the farmer organizations should be taken into confidence. So if Prime Minister says we have karyakartas in each village, in each town, then what steps he has taken to have a discussion at the village level or at the grassroots level? And another most important aspect is our sharecroppers. Can our sharecroppers compete with the corporates? Or can they go with the corporates for farming for the corporates? Can their rights be their rights and their interest can be protected by the government through these two laws. So these sharecroppers are huge in number, and government have no data on the sharecroppers till date. How many sharecroppers are in India? How many sharecroppers are in each state, and what crops they are going for, and how they are marketing it. So my experiences in Odisha and in some parts of Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, sometimes sharecroppers are not eligible to sell their produces in the MSP also in existing system. So how they will be in a position to bargain with the corporates and the private players to sell in a better price. Normally now they are selling in a very less price, whatever the MSP is. You will see the in Odisha also, in Sambalpur, Bargarh, the farmers are very much organized and they are getting the MSP for the rice. Maybe they are big farmers, and slowly the small farmers are coming to the fold in everywhere in Odisha. But the sharecropper part has not been focused the way it should be focused. So, in this context, when our farmers are poor, vulnerable, and they have not capacity to invest, how they can go with the corporates? That should be discussed very thoroughly, and it should be debated at each level. And we cannot just jump towards a end that it will be good, it will be bad. Because can the public sector system compete with the corporates? That is a big question. So, are we in a path of allowing the food security of the country to go to the hand of the corporates? So all these things should be debated very thoroughly. But my personal view is, so when the number of farmers is very high, and most of the farmers are now sharecroppers, their number is very high. Basically, those who are producing the food grains. So how will address them with these two laws? That is very important part which need to be considered. And the in the context of Essential Commodities Act, this food security of the masses and the price of the food grain and the future of our food security, future of the Food Corporation of India, future of the public distribution system, all things should be considered, and we cannot just hand over our the food security in the hand of corporates at this juncture. Thank you.